Next, 3 local entrepreneurs will pitch their ideas to local moguls. They will compete for over $30,000 in cash and awards to take their Wisconsin business to the next level. These are the moguls.
I need to figure out how you're making money.
You're really doing something special.
What are you looking for from us?
Who can we help the most?
Jerry Gendusa is the former CEO of MTech, now founder of Stuck, providing breakthrough strategies for businesses and entrepreneurs, and author of Get Unstuck.
You have to have passion, you have to have a drive. A lot of people will tell you what you can't do, and taking risks is all a part of being an entrepreneur.
Debbie Allen owned McDonald's franchises, then founded DNA Networks, an executive coaching firm.
Always focus on what it is that customers need. It's not only important to get customers, but you got to be able to keep them and grow them as well.
If you've heard one call, that's all. You know David Gruber, founder of Gruber Law Offices.
Entrepreneurs are driven, and it's amazing how so many folks have been able to change the world just one person at a time, one idea at a time.
Peggy Ann is the head visionary and founder of Life Moves, a concierge move managing company. She was also the co-owner of Empire Level Manufacturing.
The best thing you can do as an entrepreneur, act on an idea.
This is Project Pitch It.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm Lauren, and I'm president and founder of Shockray Self-Defense. As I'm sure all of you are aware, there's been numerous incidents across this country involving law enforcement's use of lethal force. As a veteran, it's my natural tendency to want to protect this country and the people in it. As an engineer and just a human being, I see these things happening on the news, and I'm compelled to ask myself, what can I do to try to help? So I came up with a new and innovative product for the law enforcement toolbox that does not rely on a bullet. So, who would use Shockray? Law enforcement, corrections, private, and campus security officers who are dissatisfied with high-cost electrical weapons, carry too many items on their belts, and have to draw their electrical weapons and pepper spray from separate holsters and pouches. According to external studies, 2 of the least injurious methods law enforcement can use for self-defense involve pepper spray or the use of electronic control devices. Shockray combines the best of both worlds into a single product. First, it can be used for a long-range, non-flammable stream of pepper spray for range self-defense, followed by an on-contact stun gun, which can be used for close-quarter self-defense.
Oh,
Damn.
Should have warned me about that.
Me too.
I think that was supposed to happen.
This has numerous benefits for our customers, including a tactical advantage from no longer having to draw from separate holsters and pouches. It can be used to safely dispatch crowd control situations, and it's designed to be affordable, unlike existing products. We're currently in the process of raising funds for our manufacturing operations right here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
What gave you the idea to come up with the concept?
So I have various family and friends that work in law enforcement. You know, the products that were out there, they're good in the situations that they're used for, but they're not good in every situation. And that they needed a new tool that could give them, for example, better portability for crowd control situations. For example, a lot of the times the pepper spray containers that they hold are really big and kind of bulky, like size of small fire extinguishers. This is something that's small and portable. This can be easily carried on a holster or a hip, and it can be used to easily dispatch a situation where, say, I'm surrounded by 3 or 4 individuals. Typical electronic control devices usually only have 1 or 2 shots per cartridge. That's great if before you have to reload the magazine. That's great if I'm only up against 1 or 2 people, but in a situation like this, I can hold the trigger down on the pepper spray feature, and I can use it to dispatch a small crowd or a large fight.
Did you work with a launch customer on the product development, or how did you go through the concepts of developing the product?
Yes, good question. So we've gone through a customer discovery process via an accelerator program that we're a part of, where we tested this product on 80 prospects nationwide, and we received over a 70% approval rating on law enforcement, corrections, and private security that want to see this product make it to market.
I like the fact that you vetted it with like other law enforcement officers, because what you're really doing is solving a need that they have. You know, many times, you know, things can get so bureaucratic, you know, in those departments that, what the real people doing the job really need is something that is real usable for them.
Actually, one of our partners on our company as well is also a 20-year Milwaukee Police Department veteran, and he actually specializes in training program development as well. So we're not just a widget company. In order to sell a product like this to law enforcement, you also have to offer some type of training certification program, which we're currently in the process of developing as well.
Okay.
The price point for this is $595 per unit. To put that in perspective, a competitor's product would retail for about a little less than $1,400 a unit, so we're less than half the cost.
Thank you very much.
Thank
All
you.
right, thank you.
Very much.
Thank you.
The idea is a great idea. There's a lot of damage being caused in both directions. This looks like it would be good for the good guys and the bad guys.
Oh.
Good guys, it's a little safer for them. The bad guys, you're not dealing with a real live bullet, or you're not dealing with a taser, as he explained. And it's interesting because you see it's the goal of law enforcement too, to do less harm, less damage, but these are all split-second decisions. Sounds like you're a winner on both
And he
ends.
has his arms around the training programs already.
Which is good for
And
the
Peggy,
certifications.
from a manufacturing standpoint, what do you think? That could be manufactured here in Wisconsin?
Oh, of course, it could be. Anything can be manufactured here in Wisconsin, and I want to create jobs, so there.
Last season, we met Sherry Jang and her company Geno Palette. Since appearing on Project Pitch It, she has signed multiple partnerships and her business is expanding.
Hey, Jamie. Since being on the show, we have grown from 0 full-time people to 7. And last year, altogether, Geno Palette has raised over $1 million in financing. So that really enables a lot of development of our innovation and team building and partnership and so on. I want to say thank you to Project Pitch It. Since I was on the show, I have grown as a person and as an entrepreneur, as a CEO of my company tremendously. So I really appreciate the program, and I encourage every entrepreneurs out there to take advantage of great resources like Project Pitch It and then go for it when you have a passion.
Next, these entrepreneurs have an online solution to help students at school. Later, will a music streaming service based on social networks be a hit? These entrepreneurs think so.
You have to have passion, you have to have a drive, you have to have a desire to be successful at what you do, and then most importantly, you really have to know what it is that you're doing and who it is you're doing it for.
Hi, what's up, everyone? How you
Hello.
guys doing today?
Hello.
I got something for you.
Thank you.
Young man.
All right.
All right. Well, I'm Q. Terry. I'm a technologist. I like to talk about emerging technology and how it transforms our lives. And in addition to that, I like to change lives with technology.
I'm Elijah Furquan, Emmy-nominated hip-hop artist by the name of Genesis Renji. And I just really love making music and teaching people to love themselves through art. So yeah.
Project Grind Over Glamour is a way to learn literary skills that, some youth may have not developed just yet. Check it out.
The lyrics are, I've been moving calm, don't start no trouble with me. Trying to keep it peaceful is a struggle. For who? For me. That's right, Drake. So, as you guys look and see, we've got our suffixes highlighted. The first suffix is in green. These are adjective suffixes. And what these do is describe the amount that something is being done. Peaceful. Drake's trying to have a whole lot of peace right now. He's trying to keep some consistent peace going, but people are really testing him. F-U-L is the suffix in that, all right? Turning peace into peaceful, a bigger amount of peace, all right? Less than half of 3rd through 8th grade students in the state of Wisconsin alone are proficient at reading in their place reading levels.
Really?
Yes. So what we want to do with Project Grind Over Glamour is help raise these literary and comprehension skills. So what we're doing is, in the age of social media, multimedia, and flash, we're taking these distractions and we're using them as tools. Let's take these popular memes, these popular songs and pop culture, and use them as literary tools to help teach these children how to engage, but then also give them the skills that they need to move forward. We know that this works because I'm a living byproduct of it.
In 8th grade, my English teacher taught me how to write poetry using a rap song. We learned internal rhyme scheme, cacophonies, alliteration, all from something popular that I, one, could relate to, but then also could retain because I'd already seen it before.
And so what we did is, like, of course, let's build an app. We did that, and then we also built a curriculum. And so the curriculum's interactive, but it's also meets kids where they are, right? It helps the teachers kind of connect to where they are in the classroom, but also meets the kids outside the classroom.
How are you going to market with it?
Yeah, so we're talking with many school districts between Milwaukee and Madison. I'm based in Madison, Wisconsin. Elijah is based here. And so people love the idea. They're like perplexed that like this hasn't been done before, and they get it, has that vibe.
One thing you said to me which really stands out, which I don't think you should jump over, using distractions as a tool. I think that's just fantastic because, as we're talking about, everybody learns differently, and sometimes a kid won't pay attention, they'll tune out. Sometimes you mistake that child for not being intelligent or not having something special, and if you could find a way to reach them.
I had an issue in school as well. A lot of teachers thought that I was ignoring the curriculum when I would be reading ahead in class, but I was just working on a different speed. So being someone who's had an experience in education as well and working with youth and being a youth director, I know that part of the learning experience is meeting children where they're at.
All right, thank you
so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Wow. You know,
Education, I mean, what's more important than education? I mean, he really had my attention. Meeting someone where they are. I mean, you know, it sticks. I mean,
And what was the
you gotta
term?
meet 'em
Distractions as tools.
Distractions as tools. I mean, I guess that's their means.
A lot of inspiration.
lots. Do you have something that I can't live without? Do you meet a need for me or solve my problem? And so if you stay focused on what it is that customers are interested in, I think you'll always be able to bring a product to the table.
Coming up, want a better way to find new music? These entrepreneurs have the solution.
The best thing you can do as an entrepreneur is to recognize the fact that there is no box. If you put yourself and think there is a box, you're already putting yourself in it. There is no box.
Hi Moguls, I'm Max Fergus.
I'm Derek Zenger.
And we're Live Undiscovered Music, or Loom. We're a music streaming and discovery company that is built on a social network designed to enable emerging artists and young, lean-in music lovers. Loom was created by a group of UW-Madison students and alumni looking at industries that were growing really rapidly but had antiquated business models. We focused on music streaming specifically and saw that 99% of all music streaming was still only of the top 10% of the most corporate and mainstream music, meaning that almost no artists are able to make any money off of music streaming, but in general, the industry is growing rapidly. At 60% year over year, it's one of the fastest growing industries, but companies like Spotify, Pandora, and SoundCloud aren't doing well financially because they focus on the corporate and mainstream music that requires the most expensive royalty and licensing payments. So for Loom, we set out to not only fix the financial problems of a growing industry, but to also fix the problems with music promotion for emerging artists and music discovery for the next generation of fans. Loom is a music discovery and streaming platform that's built on a social network. First, we focus exclusively on emerging artists to give them a platform to advocate for themselves and to grow their fan base in a fun way that doesn't exist yet. To do this, we decided to gamify social music discovery by allowing our users to cheer and rank and tag their friends, peers, and communities in music. We don't just increase the user experience for these younger music lovers, but it allows us to circulate as much music as possible, meaning that we create the first ever fan data-driven digital talent pool for emerging artists, live entertainment, A&R departments, and record labels around the world. Now we're looking for capital to increase our operations and grow into cities actually like Milwaukee, Chicago, and Minneapolis.
How much capital are you looking for?
So we've actually closed down our first round before we launched our application, and that allowed us to grow our beta version, as well as launch the beta version in Madison and use a little bit of money towards marketing, promotion, and legality. So now we're actually looking for a small bridge round that'll allow us to validate our business model in 1 or 2 other campuses, like maybe Milwaukee and Ann Arbor.
So how do you define a small bridge?
We focus on user acquisition costs that are not only high in virality coefficient and network effect, but really low in user acquisition cost.
How much money are you looking for?
About $25,000 is where we're at right now. But at this point, part of that is, looking at partnerships that can help us lower those costs.
Just wanted to know.
Yeah, no.
How much money you want?
We thought you were going to go to law school. You wouldn't answer the question.
We're confident that we can replicate what we've done in Madison with those user acquisition streams at these other campuses.
All right, but I'm the emerging artist here. Okay, how much
is an emerging artist?
How much is this going to cost me? That's what I want to know.
It's free for fans and artists.
Free for fans and artists.
So how do you make your money?
Yes.
So we make it through front-facing, consumer-facing models like Twitch, gamification, and in-app purchases that bring the users in, allow them to use the experience, but then give them the ability to model and earn badges. But we also do it through data and analytics. We're partnering with one of the largest live entertainment companies in the world, as well as local radio stations, and then artist management companies as well. And the future of that is to hopefully allow us to build out data layers that we can leverage to those specific consumer schools.
I like that.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Of course, thank you.
Appreciate it.
I tell you, it's interesting because this is really an interesting venue for aspiring artists to get their material out, just to see what people think about it. But it's also a way for, if you think about it, people who are looking for artists to kind of just see the reactions of people on this person's talent and perhaps, pull them in and give them contracts.
It's almost like the vetting process.
It is a vetting process.
For emerging artists.
I like that. Yeah.
Sometimes we could give them some money, give them some financing, we could give them some advice, we could give them some help. Sometimes we have to tell them to go backwards, sometimes we have to slow down. Sometimes their ideas and their potential is so great, we tell them to just go full speed ahead.
Coming up, the moguls break down the pitches. Now the moguls decide which award will best serve each entrepreneur and help them create the next great Wisconsin business. The Project Pitch It Award is $10,000 in cash. The Stritch Pitch Award includes business classes at Cardinal Stritch University, office space, and staff support for 12 months. The Pitch In Award includes the moguls hosting a forum featuring investors and experts in marketing, finance, and networking.
Entrepreneurial endeavors, entrepreneurs, they're all at different stages of this journey. Some need cash, some need advice, some need contacts. These companies were all really, really interesting companies. Let's start with Shockray Self-Defense. Second, third generation family involved in law enforcement.
A vet.
A vet. New technology, 2 products within one, and he seems to really be onto something. Little scared about certification requirement and how to get that product to market.
A lot less than the competition.
From a pricing?
And he's done a lot of discussion and testing of this product as well.
He knows it, knows how to do it.
It seems like if you speak to the right people, law enforcement would be receptive to it because it frankly lessens their liability, lessens their problems, and still allows them to achieve their goals.
Grind over Glamour. 2 interesting, dynamic entrepreneurs that are really onto something with experiential learning.
Yes.
Where do they go from here?
Well, they have a unique, to me, niche market, and that would be school systems who really are trying to improve the reading level of students. And this is like a really creative way to get kids engaged in learning, especially since kids learn in so many different ways.
Distraction is a tool. That's all I can think of. Go
Vision,
to where
mission.
they are. You can't always bring everyone to you, but if you want to help, go to where they are.
I think it's really important to make sure we get all of the teachers behind this because I know a lot of teachers. I've done a lot of volunteer work with teachers. Sometimes the longer they teach, they're kind of worn out. And maybe they don't really want to do
And they're
something
somewhat
new.
set in their ways because they've been teaching a certain method for many, many years. Good point.
But this provides another option, another way of teaching, another way of...
but the teachers
to
are
add
going
into
to
learning
have
too.
to be taught and...
To adopt it.
Yes.
Loom, a place for emerging artists to go in a vetting process for record producers or other industry experts that want to retain these artists.
Yeah, it's an interesting concept. I think about there's just a desire for this kind of information in this forum, and so I think there's really a market for it.
let the people decide. I mean, that's pretty cool.
Coming up, the Moguls Award, over $30,000 in cash and prizes.
Intellect, passion, courage, and knowledge. All 5 of you individuals I'd term as entrepreneurs, and you all possess all of that. And everyone needs a little bit of help, and maybe the help is a little bit different, whether it's cash, whether it's advice, whether it's contacts.
So, who wants cash?
I want all of it, right? I want it all.
The Project Pitch It Award, and it's going to Chakra.
Thank you so much. Wow, it's gonna go a long way.
You're in shock, right?
You're in shock.
Yes, I'm a little in shock. Yeah, wow, thank you so much. It really is gonna go a long way, especially as making sure that our product is safe and durable and reliable for the people it's gonna be used for. So, thank you very much.
I'm awarding the Pitch In Award. And what the Pitch In Award is basically giving someone the opportunity to sit down with potential investors, people that could give you sage advice, wise advice, things you want to hear, sometimes things you don't want to hear, some avenues for capital strategy. This is going to Loom.
Thank you so much.
Derek and Max, you know, your heart's in it.
Thank you.
And that's half the battle, so congratulations.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
And grind over glamour. So,
You are.
You are. But I have the privilege today of awarding you guys with the Stritch Pitch Award. And what the Stritch Pitch Award is this office space and staff support free at Cardinal Stritch University for a period of 12 months. The one thing you need to know about Stritch, though, is that for the last 75 years, they have been involved in literacy. So being in this place and in this space, you have access to a number of people in that background, as well as Stritch has educated countless numbers of teachers and educators within the city of Milwaukee. So you're in the best place to help build your strategy. So congratulations.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And congratulations to all of you.
To everyone. Yes.
Appreciate it.
If you want to support these entrepreneurs, visit our website to learn more about their products and companies. If you have an idea for the next great Wisconsin business, we want to hear from you. Visit projectpitchit.com.